Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of S&S. My name is Adam. Okay guys, so this week I've been pretty busy collecting some viewer appreciation mail. We've had quite a bit of stuff come in, a lot of really cool stuff from a lot of cool guys, and so I've got a lot of things to show you this week. I have one package of some stuff that I did some horse trading on. The rest of it is all viewer mail. So I don't have a lot of machine work to share with you this week. This video is going to be mostly viewer appreciation mail and some new tool acquisitions, things like that. So I'm just kind of giving the guys that don't care about seeing the viewer stuff a heads up that there'll be a lot of talking and show and tell and stuff like that in this video. I do have some more pictures to share. I think last week's video was pretty successful, and I had a lot of people that really enjoyed seeing the slideshow at the end of the work that I was doing. So I've got another job that's very similar to the one that I've already showed you that I'm actually in the process of working on now. It's another piece of 8-inch, and this particular piece of 8-inch is actually getting turned into the barrel of the cylinder. It's another ram. So I'm having to machine the barrel from a solid piece of 8-inch and build a rod, the piston. There's a cap that bolts to the end of the ram. I got that made, most of it anyway. I still got a little bit of drilling and tapping to do on that for the full 4-bolt anchor flange for the connection. But this job is another one that I've got to send out to another shop. They're going to do the drilling and boring and honing on it, because the bore for this barrel that I've been working on is 29 inches deep, and I don't have the capability of going in that far and getting it bored out. So there's another shop that actually specializes in that kind of stuff. So we sent it out there to them, and they're going to work on it. So anyway, as I was saying, I've got some pictures at the end of this video that I'll share with you in another slideshow, and we'll throw some music in there. You guys can jam out and look at some machine work, okay? Hopefully you guys enjoy that. So a couple more updates that I guess I'll give to you. K&T, I got an email from James yesterday saying that he's getting ready to have the hydraulic schematic scanned at a print shop. I've just been waiting on him to get me that schematic so that I can give that to my buddy Paul, and he can look at it. We'll know what's inside this hydraulic system and kind of know what we're going to be trying to troubleshoot here. So hopefully pretty soon James will be able to give me the schematic on that, and we'll start going into this thing. I did buy some bolts. They're right there. They're wrapped up. Those are some long bolts that what we'll do is we'll pull all of these cap head bolts out, and I'll switch them out for these long ones. We'll put the long bolts in there, and we're supposed to be able to do that and kind of take this cover and everything's hooked to it and slide it back some and maybe be able to access some of the parts inside. So that's how we'll start it once we start working on it. So that's an update on the K&T. I do have some goodies that just showed up for it. So that was one of the boxes. I'm gonna pull those over here and we'll take a look at them. And the other update that I thought I'd share with you real quick is the sealing. I haven't talked about it in a while. It has been a very long process, and I'm almost done with it. I've got one little strip right along this wall right here. So that's that little narrow strip that it's about, I think, 14 foot here. That's got to go in, and then do the trim board all the way around and do the caulking, and it'll be done besides painting it, the finished paint. So my buddy Harry's going to come over next Tuesday, and he's going to finish this side here, and he's going to start putting the trim board up and start caulking it. So hopefully by the end of next week that this ceiling will be finished except for the paint. We're going to come back and do that later on. So that's a little update on the ceiling. And once the ceiling is done, I'm going to go buy some more of these 8-foot light fixtures, and I'm going to hang a few more lights in here. I want to run 2 more right along this area that's over the workbench, and I'm really looking forward to that because I'm hoping that's going to light this area up a lot better for the filming and whenever I'm showing things to you, and you guys will be able to see it better. Because these GoPros, man, they really need a lot of light, and it's something that I struggle with in here, especially with the door being down now. I don't have a whole lot of natural daylight coming in now, so I'm going to put some more lights here. I need to put another one over the welding table, and I might even add a couple more in between some of these. Like I wouldn't mind another one here over the K&T, and I need another light down here by the do-all mill. So that'll be just a little bit later down the road. We'll be adding some lightage, but I'll start with these. Try to help the filming anyway. So, all right, I'm going to get to the view appreciation mill now. We got a lot of stuff to look at, a lot of cool stuff, and I got a pretty interesting story about one of the boxes, and I will talk about that whenever I get into that. So, thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. And let's go check out some tools. Okay guys, we're going to move on to some viewer mill, and I'm going to try a little different style here and see how you guys like it. We're gonna go with the Tom Lipton style, where the camera's kind of focused on this little area here. It's got you a little closer, maybe you can see some stuff better. This is a tray that was donated to me by the city of Tifton, Georgia, should I say. Okay, so I got a box from Tom Lipton, our good buddy Tom, and he sent me a box full of goodies. And here's we'll start with this. It's the first thing here, and this is a little book, and he put a note on here. Zeus book is from Tom Porter in Scotland for you. So I looked through this, and it has. We'll just go ahead and pull that off there. You can see data charts, reference tables, and drawing office, tool room, and workshop. And it's a neat book. It's got lots of conversion charts in there, and all the pages feel like they're laminated. So you can, I mean, they're kind of like, if you get them dirty, you can wipe them off and clean them. It's got a lot of thread charts in here, and lots of metric stuff in here. Whitworth and British threads, and just lots of different information on thread sizes. But it is an interesting book, and this is something that I do not have. There's some information on Morse tapers, natural tangents, natural sines. So Jim, thank you very much for the book, man. This is great. I look forward to looking through it and learning something out of there, and I hope that it serves useful in the shop. So thank you very much. I'm gonna put your little post note back on there. Okay, so we're gonna move on. And Tom sent me some stuff, and we're going to start with these guys here. He sent me some milling cutters, and he told me he's been carrying these things around for 30 years and have never used them. So, Tom, you must not have never got you a horizontal milling machine or something. But anyway, some nice cutters. This right here is a Niagara 5/16 by 3, and this is one of those radius cutters. This is another radius cutter for you can, like a corner round mill, you can cut you a radius on the corner of your part. And then this is your you know, like an angular mill. I believe that's a 90 degree. I'm looking for it. Yes, there it is right there, 90 degree. So you can use this to bevel corners. You can also use it if you want to mill a V-notch down a piece of material. You can use this for that also. And I believe all these are 1 inch, which is great. We already got a 1 inch arbor, so we got some nice cutters to add to the collection. And there's a couple more here. Here's another one. It's a 3/8 by 4 inch diameter. National twist drill, and right there it says 5/64. That don't sound right. 5/64 is 0.078. So I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, I thought it was new. It looks like it's brand new. Nice milling cutter. All right, and he's got one more milling cutter in here that he sent me. Looks like he paid $1.50 for it. And it was made in Japan. Pull this one out and see what size it is. This one is brand new. It's never been used before. So this one is a 1 inch wide. It's a stagger tooth, 4 inch diameter. Fits a 1 inch arbor. So that's going to be a nice one there. I'm really looking forward to, once we get the K&T running, being able to utilize it for some keyway cutting and shafts. So cutters like this, these stagger tooths, they do great for milling keyways. So thank you, Tom, for the cutters. It's always great to have some nice cutters to add to the stash. So let me move these out of the way and we'll get some more stuff here. Okay, these are the other items that he sent me here, and these are some poly mounts that you can use for setting up your machine, like your milling machine, and that's what these are going to be used for. He told me that he had some feet that I could use to set the do-all mill on, and I've never used these before. And what they swivel here. You screw a rod in. That's a half 13 thread, so you can use a piece of all thread, or you can just make up your own rods or whatever you want to do. Screw them in there, and these actually will move. They're a little tight, but you can move them, and use these underneath the mill and then get it leveled up. But the purpose that I want to use these for is to also raise the do-all up a little bit off the floor, at least a couple inches or so, and get it up in a little bit more comfortable height. So nice pads. Again, these are made by Polymount. They're called poly mounts. All right, so we got one more set of goodies here that Tom sent me, and that's these guys here. We've got 4 of them. These are also some machinery mounts, or some feet for a machine. And I don't have any particular use for these right now, but I'm definitely going to put them away and remember that I have them, and hopefully one day we will get to use these for another machine. These are some nice, I really like these things, man. They're fully machined, and they got the ball and socket there so that they will sit flat, and you can adjust your height. So those are some cool items right there. Thank you very much, Tom. I really appreciate it, and especially these guys. Thank you for sending them to me. We will make another video in the future of getting us some rods made up and getting these underneath the do-all and get it leveled up and at a more proper height. Okay, the next group of items we got here comes to us from Mike Kapove. And Mike, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your last name incorrectly. He works at Spirit Manufacturing up in New Berlin, Wisconsin, and he sent this cool sandbit box full of stuff. And I've got a little story here to share with you as I pull some of this stuff out of this box right here. Mike sent this stuff to me. It was supposed to arrive last week, and it never showed up. I mean, I didn't ever see this box, and he had actually left me a comment on one of my videos and said, "Hey, did you get the Sandvik box? And I hope you enjoyed the goodies that were in there." And I replied, I said, "Man, I haven't seen a Sandvik box." And so he emailed me immediately and said that that it was supposed to be delivered last week. I believe it was last Tuesday. I don't remember what date that is. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but it was on the tracking. It was said that it was delivered last week, and it was left on the porch. Well, I went out and looked on my porch real good, and I didn't see it. And I told him, I said, man, it's not out here. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe somebody grabbed it and took off with it. And I asked my brother to check down at my dad's house to see if maybe it was down there. And that night, whenever I was talking to him, it was storming really bad. And he had kind of glanced out on the porch, and he said he didn't see anything. Well, the next day, my brother called me and said, hey, I found that box. It was on the porch. It was stuffed up right next to the door. He didn't see it. So I had told Mike that we couldn't find it, and he was pretty bummed about it, and I was too. So he went ahead and put together another box of stuff and got that out. And the same day that I found out that we found the box, so I emailed Mike and said, hey man, we found it. I said, in case you haven't already sent that other one, you know, keep it because we found this one. Well, he had already sent the other box after we found this one. So we've got this stuff for Mike, and then there'll be another box coming too. He said just keep it all. So Mike, I apologize about that, man. I don't know why the UPS guy did not deliver it at my address. That was the address I gave you, but they dropped it off down at my dad's house, and we don't use that front porch down there. So anyway, we'll talk about what Mike sent me here. Mike works at Spirit Manufacturing, and he runs the tool crib and the tool room. By the way, I think that would be a pretty cool job if I wasn't actually out in the shop machining. Maybe later on in my career, when I'm tired of doing machine, it would be cool to work in a tool crib and get to play with all the new tools and, you know, hand stuff out whenever somebody comes looking for an insert. But he sent me some inserts here that they use a lot of Sandvik, and this insert here is a Mitsubishi. But he says the three, which are these three here, they've had great success with. Yeah, he says they've had great success with these three style inserts. You got a 433, a 432, and a 431. And they do run all CNCs there. They do manufacturing and production work, you know. But these are still, as you see, they're used on my machines too, the manual machines. The Mitsubishi inserts was these here, CNMG 432. In the green box are new surplus tools we no longer run. Do what you want with them. I have 3 large bins full of new unused tooling. We do production only, and when a job folds or we find something better, the stuff just sits. So I'll definitely put these to use. I still got quite a few of my own up in my toolbox there, but it's you know, these are always welcomed in my shop. So we've also got we've got a milling cutter here. This is a carbide, a 1/2-inch 4-flute carbide mill with a radius ground on the corners. And he says that the 1/2-inch mill with the radius is one bad boy. It's the best mill I have ever run. Again, CNC. So this is one of their favorite end mills that they like to run on their CNC machines. And it's made by American Tool Service out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And just looking at it, this looks like a nice quality tool right here. Even the laser work they do on there, it's got the part number, it's got a manufacturing date, 10/16/2013. Got a beautiful grind on it. So that's a nice cutter. I don't use very much carbide, but you know what, sometimes you got to use carbide whenever you're trying to machine something tough or something hard. So this one's going to be saved for the day that I need it, and we'll give it a shot whenever that time comes. So thank you for the insert, or not the insert, but the end mill also. So he's got a couple more goodies in the box here, and this one right here is one of his favorite snacks. Hot and spicy peanuts. He says he buys them by the case, so he threw one in there for me to try. All right, we've also got a little pack of needle files here, 12 regular type needle files. These are also known as Swiss files. I've got a couple of the old sets that come in the little plastic boxes that they all go in, and the box slides together. So nice little set of files there. And here is the main big ticket item of the whole lot right here. And what he did, these are some Baco needle nose pliers, and what he done, and I'm going to try to get it where you can see it, is he inscribed my name in here, Adam Booth, A-Bomb 79, and he put it on that side also. And this is what he was really so bummed about whenever I told him that I couldn't find the box and I didn't see it, is because, you know, he took the time to engrave my name on these things, and he said he was afraid that he wasn't going to be able to get it this nice the second try. But Mike, you did a good job, man, and that's cool having your name engraved on your tools. So nice set of pliers. I imagine what you're going to be seeing me use these for is removing chips off of the machine whenever I'm doing some cutting, especially those bastard long stringy chips that I hate. So thank you very much for all this stuff, Mike, man. It was great, and apologize again for the riffraff we had to go through, and but I'm very glad that we found the box, and whenever the other box comes in, I'll share that also. I'll pull those out and see, because I believe he said it was a different set of pliers that he engraved for the second box. So again, Mike and Spirit Manufacturing, thank you very much. Very cool stuff. This is our other lot of items that came this week from some viewers, and these are some taper shank drills, and they come to us from John and Patty Dunn out of Maryville, Tennessee. John and Patty were at Tifton, Georgia whenever we went to work on the table saw with Keith Rucker, and they were there, and they actually gave me some stuff to bring home, which I had already shown in the past video. They gave me some cool goodies, and before the trip, he had emailed me and asked me what size taper shank drills I was looking for. So I actually emailed him a list of all the stuff, all the different sizes that I was missing. So during that time period since then, he's actually come up with some more drills and decided to send them to me. And these are all sizes that I do not have on my list. I've actually got this is a list that I made a while back whenever I had brought all of my drills down here, and whenever Peter Owens sent me all those taper shank drills, I was going through here and I was marking off all the drills that I have, and I used this list to give John and Patty of the drills that I actually did not own. So these are all 32nd and 64s drill bits, and what's really cool is that you've got 4 of them here that are still brand new. They've never been used. I really love this one here, especially National Twist Drill Tool Company. It's still in the original box and it's never been opened before. Still got the tape on it. And this one is a 1 7/32, and it feels like it's a number 4 Morse taper. The writing on the end here is it's almost faint where you can't read it, so I can't tell. That might be a number 3 Morse taper. So we got another one here. This is another. I love these old boxes, man. They're just awesome. Another Cleveland twist drill, and this one is actually your through coolant style. If you've got a machine that has coolant that will pressurize the drill, you know, it goes through the shank, and it comes out the end here. You got a hole on each side that the flood coolant will spray out of when you're drilling. But you know, you don't have to use them for that. You can use them on a lathe, drill press, or whatever, just the same. This one is a 1 in 23/32, labeled as Cleforge, and it's still brand new and it's never been used before. It's awesome. And we got another big boy here, a 1 in 57/64 Cleveland Cleforge. This one is Republic, a 1 in 23/64. Brand new. This says Chicago Latrobe on it. Just about to tear that paper up, going in and out of there. Now this is a used one here. This one is Ordnance, 1 in 17/64. Still got a nice grind on it. This one says Ace High Speed, 1 in 13/64. Now this one's brand new, it's never been used. Got a number 4 Morse taper. And then this one, look at that packaging, man. It's still coated well. And let's see, ATM Incorporated, Chicago. It says Chicago and New York on it. High speed, 1 in 9/32, roll forged. Very nice old drill right there. Thanks, John and Patty. I really appreciate all the cool stuff that you've given me. These are all some really nice drills, and put them in the cabinet, and I'm going to mark them off my list here. So at least whenever I go to search for a drill, I can pull this list out real quick and just look at the size that I'm hunting and know if I've got one or not. There's been a couple comments on the videos in the past about why is it so important to have all of these different size drills like 32nd and 64s. It's not that it's important to have them. You don't have to have all these different sizes. You can get by with some nominal sizes, you know, 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2. There are times, especially whenever we were full-time at our shop, that you've got certain size drill bits like this that are tap size for different bolt threads or pipe threads. And if you've got the right size drill, you can stick it up in the drill press and drill your hole and be ready to tap. So I already had a nice big collection of drill bits that my dad and my granddad had acquired. So I was just trying to, I'm just trying to fill the gaps there, some of the ones that I was missing. It's not that I need to have all these things, because I don't, but it is, it's just a personal thing for me. I like collecting them, and people like John and Patty and Peter have been so gracious to send me these drills, man. It's just great. But that's just what I wanted to touch on, is that you don't have to have all these sizes, but it is nice. Sometimes you might want to bore a hole in something that's you know, a 64th over this right here, 1 in 57/64. So, you know, you got a drill that's really close to size. You can run that through your part on the lathe, and you've got a little bit of boring to do. So that's why it's nice to have a bunch of different size drill bits. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on. Thanks again, John and Patty. I really appreciate it. Okay. So earlier I told you about the box that went missing, and then we found it, and I told you about that story, and that Mike had sent me another box after I had already found the box, the first one that he had sent me. So here's the other one. He sent me this nice big Kaiser box full of all kind of stuff, more of the same that he had already sent, but he threw a couple other extra goodies in there too, and wrote me a note. And this is his company here, Spirit Manufacturing, and I did pronounce his name wrong. It's Sipo. That's how he told me it's pronounced, is Sipo. And I also want to give a shout out to his wife, Kelly. Kelly works for a dental office of Dr. Bayer in Fall, and she's a dental assistant and married to a cool dude that works at a machine shop. So thanks, Kelly. So let me go ahead and just start pulling this stuff out. And I decided to not use that white tray because it was really messing up the video in the first time around. So we've got another set of the needle files that he had sent in the first package, and so we got another box of those. All right, we've got some more inserts. I'll just start with these here. Now these are some Mitsubishi CNMG 433s. I believe it's a MA chip breaker. These are some of the ones that he was telling me they don't run anymore. They whenever they find a better insert that works for their production, they switch them out, and they'll have extras of stuff they've already purchased, and he says they just sit in the bins. So here's some more. I believe these are Sandvik here. This is a CNMG 431, which is my favorite insert to run. A PF chip breaker, and these are the same ones except this is a 432, so it's got a slightly larger nose radius on it. And these three inserts here, he already sent these in the other box. These are actually, he says, Mitsubishi. They're just in a Sandvik box, and he's got a CNMG 431, 432, and a 433 in here. So we're going to use these inserts and see what kind of chip control and what kind of results we get with them. I always like trying new inserts and seeing how they work. I do a lot of work with 1045 steel. A lot of my jobs is 1045 steel. So those ISCAR inserts I've been using have been working excellent for that stuff, and that's why I've been using those a lot lately. So thanks, Mike, for all the inserts. All right, we've got a nice drill right here. This is a 63/64 straight shank. So you pretty much got to have a collet system of some sort to hold this drill. But this is a nice drill right here. Thank you for that. It does have a nice brand new grind on it. It looks like it's never been used. All right, another bag of his favorite peanuts that he buys by the case. The hot and spicy peanuts by Lance. There's a Bright Mark paint marker, and Mike, I'm really glad you sent this to me because I've been needing a couple of these around my shop. I use them at my other job, and we actually sell them there, and it's one of those things that I just never seem to get around to buying, even though they don't cost very much. I've been meaning to buy some, and I never do and always forget. So thanks for the paint marker. These do work good. They come in handy. So thanks for that, man. And he also sent me this tool holder. Now this is excellent. This is for a WNMG insert, and this looks like a 433 that's in here right now. Nice tool holder made by a Coroturn. It's a right-hander. Looks like it's seen very, very little use. So we're going to be putting this with the Monarch lathe, man. We'll use that over there. I've never had a tool holder that's got this style of clamping system to it. I've seen a lot of them like that. I think ISCAR makes a style like this, but I've never used one myself. So nice tool holder. Okay, we've got one more item in here. Before I get to that, Mike, in his note he had mentioned about the end mill again, and this is the end mill that was in the other box. Mike, I think I left this end mill at work because you sent it there, and I took everything out, was looking at it. I think I forgot the end mill on my toolbox there, so it's not in the box right now. Just thought I'd share that with you. I didn't want you worrying about that. But anyway, here's the last item that he sent me. Now this is another, these are like linesman pliers here, made by Baco, and he again inscribed my name in them. You can see here, Adam Booth, A-Bomb 79. Very cool item, great tool, and this is a really special item for me, and I really appreciate it, Mike. I actually need some good pliers around here. A lot of my hand tools is just a big hodgepodge of just different stuff I've had for a long time, and I've been slowly adding a few nice tools here and there. So these right here, and then the other ones that you had sent me, the needle nose, you're gonna see me using these around here, man, because these are some very nice pliers, and I like how you put my name on them. That looks great. I was looking to see if you know, it's just the one side right here that you put them on. So again, Mike, thanks a lot for all the stuff, man. It's great. I'm going to be putting these inserts to use, and I apologize again about the mix-up with the box. I feel really bad that you gave me a double dosage of tooling right here, man, but you said don't worry about it, just to keep it all, so that's what I'll do. And maybe if somebody in the future, when I'm doing some trading or whatever, if some other people want to try some of these inserts, we might trade off some of these inserts and let some other guys try them out. So I guess that's about it. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Kelly. Really cool stuff, and I really appreciate it. Okay. All right. Here is our last group of items for what we got this week. This is some tooling that I did some trading with Benjamin Zinter. I've done some trade with him in the past. You've seen some stuff. That Fowler bore gauge I got from him, and he sent me an email, asked me what size taper was on the K&T. I told him it has a 50 taper. He said that he had some extra tooling in a cabinet, and wanted to know if I was interested in any of it. So we ended up communicating and working out a deal for these 4 end mill holders and this 1¼ arbor. See, I don't have an 1¼ arbor yet for the K&T, so this is one that he had, and it's only got one sleeve on it, but that's okay. It needs some cleaning up and polishing, so I'm definitely going to have to do that. And I got to get some more sleeves, you know, the spacers and the running bushings that go on here. So I'm actually going to have to get some more anyway for the 1 inch that's on the K&T now. So that'll be something that I'll be on the lookout for, some spacers and some bushings for them. So we got us an 1¼ arbor, and then we've got us 4 end mill holders here. This is an 1¼ and I was looking for a brand name on here. Don't see any. Not sure, but this is a 7/8. We've got a 1 inch right here, and then this one is 3/4, and this is the one that he had in the email said that it needed a slight bit of work to. So what it was, he had this. There was a 3/4 shank. This probably was a solid carbide end mill. This is carbide, but it was stuck in here. So I guess it got broke, and then nobody ever got it out of there. It is missing the set screw, and that's fine thread. It looks like it might be either a 1/2 20 or a 7/16 20. So I'll have to find a set screw for this one here. So I just I clamped that in the vise and just kind of twisted on a little bit and pulled it, and I popped that thing out of there. So we're starting to collect a few of the tool holders that I need for the K&T, and this is a great start right here. I do plan on wanting to get a few more. I've got another source for a couple more end mill holders. I'm going to eventually invest in a collet system for it, so it'll be one of these that will probably go with like a TG style collet, and I'll have a collet chuck for it also. So thanks, Ben, for the nice tools, and I sent Ben a few inserts to try out. Hopefully he's going to get those and give them a shot, see what he thinks. I've got one more tool holder here I thought I'd show you too. This is one that I've already had. This is a 50 taper, and it's got this big 4-inch shell mill on it, and this is the only one that I had prior to getting the K&T mill. So got one nice shell mill holder. I'm going to need to find some more of these also, because I've got a bunch of different size shell mills put up, and you've got different sizes here that fits the arbor hole. So nice little collection of 50 taper tooling we got going, and hopefully in the future we'll find some more stuff. So thanks Ben for the good deal, and I hope you like the inserts.